Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be doing a build with the new Horse Ranch expansion pack. This is not a paid advertisement or anything, I just get early access and get to play the pack early. So I actually decided to do this on, I think it's a 50 by 40 lot in the new Chestnut Ridge world, and honestly it was quite a challenge. I haven't done a big build for quite some time. I want to say it's been at least maybe 6 months to a year since I've done anything as big as this, but I was looking through all of the new items that come with this pack and it gave me some inspiration. I had a little look at Pinterest and I decided to just dive in and go for it. So this build is a bit of a big one. It's definitely not a starter home, but keep your eyes peeled because tomorrow I do have a starter home build using new bits from the pack. And yeah, I just kind of went all out with this and I really love how it turned out. So I hope that you lot do too. And I've been exploring this pack over the last few days and really enjoying it. I can't wait to actually get it into my gameplay, get my custom content and mods in as well and just spice it up a little bit. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think I am going to be starting a gameplay series as well using this new pack, so very much excited for that. You'll see a lot of me in this video kind of figuring things out, trying to work out exactly what it is that I wanted to do. I also kind of wanted to make this basically not too extreme. I mean, I was only using Horse Ranch and base game, so I couldn't go as excessive as maybe I normally would do with my builds, but I wanted to make it good for people that are just getting into the game. Obviously it's not a starter home, but if you've got a family that have maybe a little bit more money than usual then they can perhaps start in this build, or if you want to build up and work your way up with money and then move your family in when they have more funds, then you can do that. Speaking funds as well, there are many ways to build money in this pack, such as nectar making. So you can, create your own nectar with different fruits, different things, and you can sell that. So the longer you let it to age, the more expensive it will go for, essentially. I also have done a first look video. So if you want to see me exploring the pack, it is like a 51-minute long video because there is so much to explore in this expansion pack. But if you do want to check that out, it was uploaded yesterday, so definitely go over to my YouTube channel and check that out if you want to see everything that's coming. This pack does come out today, I believe in an hour or so. So yeah, I hope that you all enjoy it. And if you do want to download any of the builds that I've done using this new pack, they will all be on my gallery. And the gallery name is Tazkabaz, but I know that the gallery recently has kind of been a little bit all over the place. So I hope that you'll be able to download these builds. If not, then I hope you enjoy watching it, but I think you should be able to. But I will get them uploaded and yeah, so you can all download them. And this has honestly been a pack that has brought a little bit more motivation with me to build, because recently I've been so into gameplay that I haven't really wanted to build, but when I saw the build buy catalogue and all of the items and debug as well that came with this pack, I had so many ideas and it just sparked a little bit of creation, that creative side into me again, which I really like because believe it or not, I used to only build. I used to only be a builder in The Sims 4 up until maybe like a year and a half ago, maybe a little bit more. And then now I've pretty much only been focusing on gameplay. So if you do enjoy watching me build, and if you would like to see more build videos here on my YouTube channel, maybe do let me know about that in the comment section, and perhaps I can work on some build videos. But yeah, that's another thing. It's been a while since I've done a build video and I kind of like to voice it over. So I kind of like for you lot to be able to see me while I'm building, but then sometimes you're so focused on the build that it can be hard to build and talk at the same time. So I thought this would be the best way to do it, having like the speed build going on and just me blabbering on about this, that and the other. So maybe like answering a few things or a couple of questions or queries that some of you might have about the new pack, because I do have early access and I have been able to search and have a little look and figure out a few things. So I know a couple of people were wondering what the climate was going to be for this world, and according to the Sim Gurus, it's typically warm weather and like desert environment, so similar to like Oasis Spring sort of vibes, but you do still experience all 4 seasons in this world as well. And I think that the horses do react to the different seasons too. I haven't got to experience that, but I think that they do. Horses do not get sick as well. They do die, but they will have a full life cycle. So, same with the goats and the sheep as well. So unlike cats and dogs, where you have to take them to the vet and look after them and figure out what's wrong with them, horses don't get sick. You can name your ranch as well. And you've got the 2 different frames, so you can put any decoration on those signs. I don't use any of the frames here in this particular build actually, but you can decorate your signs if you want. And I did actually show the signs in my early access video, so check those out if you want to. The horses' ages as well, on short lifespan, they are 30 days. On normal lifespan, they are 70 days, and on long lifespan, they are alive for 280 days. Horses also are not able to swim, so they can't go in the ponds and swim, but they can walk through water if it is shallow. So on the edge, or if there's around Chestnut Ridge, you might notice that there are little bits of water that they can kind of walk through, so they can walk through that. Horses are available in every world. So any world that you want your horse to live in, they are available to be there, but not in apartments. I haven't tested this out yet, but they're not meant to be in apartments because they do need a bit of space and whatnot to go around. So yeah, that's quite fun that they can just go to any of the worlds as well, because they are a part of your household. They're a part of the family. They're not like the chickens where they're just assigned to a chicken coop and then that's kind of it. They are in your family, so they can come with you wherever you want to take them. With the nectar making as well, the Sims can get dazed. If you've seen my early access video, then you might have seen the reaction to that as well. And there are lots of different effects depending on what kind of nectar you're drinking, how much you're drinking as well. The horses will interact with different cats and dogs, I think, in different ways. The foals will nuzzle into their parents too, and there is a lot of socialization that can happen when you're on the back of the horse. Like, you don't need to dismount, so you can talk to people and interact with different people while being on a horse's back too. There's a new howdy interaction as well, like haven't seen that yet, but that's quite cool. And the kids have a little cute way of mounting the horse, which you should check out my video to see that on as well. So yeah, the world is made up of 13 lots. It has 3 neighborhoods, and there are plenty of different sort of sizes of the lots as well. This world does include a 64 by 64 lot, so for any builders that are concerned about that, there is a massive lot. And I think there's like a 50 by 50 as well, so big lots to build on. And yeah, lots of different places. I've explored some of the neighborhoods as well. Lots of like fun stories to kind of uncover, which I definitely haven't uncovered yet. This world is something else. I'm really enjoying finding out a little bit more about it, exploring it, and just hanging out with the horses as well. I haven't yet been able to build up a relationship with my horse because I have been away this weekend. So while I've had early access, I haven't been able to spend as much time as I would have liked getting to know the horses and getting to explore the game. But I did want to do a couple of builds for you lot with the early access, so I thought that I would make that my focus. But in terms of like getting to know your horse, you want to get to know your horse, you want to build up that relationship with them, and the better the relationship that you have with your horse, it's going to be a lot easier to train them. So you bond with your horse, you mount your horse, they will trot depending on their level or their skill as well. They've got the different skills that you want to be building up to be able to trot and train and take them into competitions and for them to do well as well. There are different spaces around the world that are designed for you to practice jumping and different training things with your horses as well. So if you don't have a training barrels or whatever at your house, then there's a lot around for you to do that. The prairie grass as well, I did put some of that in this build, and that is there for your horses to feed from, so you can harvest and feed it to them. You can harvest and put it in their feeders or hand feed, and you can also find things in that, much like a loot box or whatever. You also can hand feed the little foals as well to kind of wean them off of the milk. And with the foals, obviously you can breed your horses and they will have a little baby, or you can buy horses from the equestrian centre that is in the main downtown city sort of space. The beds for horses, you obviously need to muck them out. Speaking of which, horses can go into buildings that are medium sized, and there are certain arches that they can walk under. So yeah, sometimes you might see a horse just floating around your house if it's fit for them. I spoke about this in my other video, but yeah, manure can be used as fertilizer, depending on how well your horse is looked after, depends on how good the fertilizer is. There's lots of different things to explore in this world, to explore in build buy, to explore in gameplay. So definitely best to get the pack, explore it for yourself, maybe do some builds. So with this build, I struggled at first with trying to figure out the layout, because I've never done like a ranch build. I've never sort of built this kind of house. I've built like a farmhouse years ago, but it definitely wasn't this kind of theme. It was very different. It was kind of modern farmhouse vibes, whereas this is very wooden, quite unique change. But I tried my best. I made it quite open space as well, so I wanted to do like arches and the little barn doors as well, to not only utilize the parts of the pack, but also to make it a little bit more open and a bit more airy, easy breezy, because it's not as big as it looks. You know, when looking at the house that I created from a distance, it does look quite big, but inside I didn't actually have a massive amount of space to work with, I would say. But I enjoyed it, and you know, if you want to download it, then you can make it what you will and you can chop and change things. But I really liked how it turned out in the end. We got some great objects, including some of these lantern little candly doodahs that I am putting down in each room. I really loved the debug that came with this pack as well. You got some great things for landscaping, some great little grass and tree bits and bobs. And I really enjoyed designing this. And it's been a long time since I have kind of enjoyed building, which I think is mainly why I've been focusing on gameplay a lot. But this just brought it all back for me. I tried to include all the different things that came with this pack. So not only have all of the different bits for the horses, but to also have a little bit of nectar making as well. So if you do want your Sims to make money through nectar making, or if you want them to make money through goats and sheep and whatnot, it's kind of all there. But like I was saying earlier, yeah, you can make money from your goats, shearing the sheep and getting milk from the goats. And then also, I believe with competitions, when you enter your horses into competitions, if they do well, you can make money. I haven't tested that out yet, but that will be intriguing to find out. And going back to this build, as I was saying, I tried to include as much as I could that came with this pack. We've got some great new floorings and wallpapers and paneling and all sorts of wonderful new build items that have come. Also, the base game updates that are completely separate to the pack but kind of include it is that you can now paint your ceilings. So there are a limited amount of floorings that can then be put up to the ceiling as well. Some are base game, some are Horse Ranch, like come with this pack. I'm not sure, well, it'll be intriguing to know once I have all of the packs back, which of the other packs and their floorings you can then put onto the ceiling. That will be cool to find out. And the other base game update that I know of is that you can now enter first person mode when you are in build mode. So that's going to make it much easier rather than having to switch between live mode and build mode to go into first person. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. It was so much fun. I had a vision, as I said to you a lot earlier. I had a little look on Pinterest and got some inspiration for what kind of build I wanted to do. And then I kind of just went with it. And when it came to the interior, I used the build buy that was given to us and then just kind of free will went with my mind of what I thought looked good, because I've never really been on a ranch. I've been to America years ago. I went to Florida a couple of times and I've been to New York, but I've never been to places that have ranches like this where, you know, you've got the horses. It would be amazing to experience that one day. It really would. But I've just never been there, so I didn't exactly know what I was doing, but I thought it could be nice to just try my best, and even if it's not precise, then, you know, at least I've given it a good go. That's all you can ask for. Try in. Participation is key. I've tried to include a fair few skill building items in this So I put the new piano that comes with the pack down. We've got a chess table. There is an easel somewhere, some gardening planters too, just because I thought if people do want to add, obviously this pack is about maintaining and looking after your horses, you know, the nectar making, different things like that. But if you do want your Sims to be gaining some skills in other places, then I did try to include a few different things for that as well. We've got a bookcase somewhere too, so they can hone in on their reading skills and different skills that they might want to boost up through reading as well. The things that I've put down in the kitchen now, I don't know the timings of this, so I am recording it while watching what I have built, so I don't know if I'm possibly a little bit behind. But if you've already seen, or when you see in the kitchen, I put down the little, I'm going to say wine holders, but they're not. They're nectar making stack things where you can essentially store the nectar. That I haven't given a go yet, but you store it, you let it age, and then the more you leave it, for the longer you leave it to age, the more expensive it will be and the more money you'll be able to get for it. So I don't exactly know how that works, and I don't know how it works when you decide that you want to sell it. Like if there's anywhere where you can just somewhere around the local area where you can just give it to, or if you sell it through, you know, the city living tables that you can sell from, or if you can sell it through Plopsy. I have no idea, but that will be interesting to figure out as well. I also loved that in this pack we got some new dressers, and what I always struggle with sometimes, especially in small rooms, is trying to squeeze big dressers into small rooms. But we got at least 2 1 square dressers, some really skinny little things, which I absolutely love, and that's going to come in really handy when you're trying to make maybe a tiny home and you want to add a dresser but you don't have the space for it. So really loved doing that, and just doing this whole build. As I say, I didn't do as much clutter and additional things as maybe I normally would, but I really enjoyed just using mainly the build buy that came with this pack and just trying to make it all work. Obviously added in a little bit of base game, but I'm always surprised like when I see base game only builds or base game only and one other pack, but then I think like, how did that person do that? But then I've literally done this with just base game and horse ranch. So people are so talented in The Sims, it blows my mind. But definitely don't doubt yourself and don't think that you can't do it, because I've been able to do it, and I'm super proud of how this build in particular turned out. I'm so impressed with what the Sims team have done with this pack. It is amazing. I was watching them talking about how they, you know, went to real life ranches, spent time with horses, because some of them had never really interacted with horses before, but they got to know the horses, they got to know, you know, their movements and just how they are. And that has really shown in the animations that come with the horses. There are, I believe, well, you can kind of cosplay as a unicorn. So there's a unicorn horn. And if you do put it on your Sims, your Sims can't become unicorns. If you do put the horn on your horses, then they will be essentially unicorns, and they sparkle when you brush them, but they're not actual real unicorns, I don't think. But it is still a cool and fun feature, and it's still nice to see in the game. It's just, yeah, different. But as I was saying, the fact that the Sims team went and actually spent that time to get to know horses, get to know the ranch, and just add that realism and replicate the real into the game, I thought was really cool. Because I've only really ever been on a horse twice, 3 times. First when I was at Center Parks, which is something in the UK, and my horse was called Stinky, and we just went on a horse walk. And then a couple of times in Ireland where it was, you know, no longer than a couple of hours going on these big nature walks with horses. So I wouldn't even know where to start, and I don't really know horses and their mannerisms and whatnot. And here we are coming to the end of the build. So I am showing off by going into first person mode in build mode and just showing the different things. So we've got a horse stable over there to the side with 2 beds. I didn't add a lot to the walls in there, and I'm realizing that now. I could have maybe added some decoration there, but I was just too excited to do the house. So we come up these stairs. There is a pond over on the left, and then we go into the house. And on the left, we come into a hallway where you can sit down, take your shoes off. We've got a little study area with a bookcase. You can sit down, have a read in there. And then we go on into the downstairs bathroom, which just has a bath in, but I did add a shower upstairs. I always love having a bath shower because baths take forever in The Sims. But then we come through and we're in the very open plan lounge living room. I do change the barn doors in here, by the way, at the very end of this video. And then through to the kitchen dining room, and then you can come outside to this kind of open garden patio area. And then we go up the stairs and we've got a single bedroom on the left. I love these windows too. I also do change the windows to the horse ranch ones too, because I didn't realise how good they actually were and I thought that they were smaller. So I do update them at the end of the video. This is the second bathroom that has a shower. This is a 3-bedroom home as well. You can sleep 2, 4, 5 Sims in here because we've got a bunk bed in here and a double bed in the other room. So then, yeah, the end of the hallway is the double main bedroom. And if you do want a baby in there, then you can. But that is the build. I do then, as you can see, go and chop and change a few things that I realised during first person mode. Added a trim to the half walls, and that is pretty much the end of the build. Other than me doing a few final changes, that is pretty much it. And then I will upload this to the gallery. So as I say, if you do want to check this out, it will be up on my gallery, Tazkabaz. So when this pack actually does come out for everybody, only then will I be able to upload it for you all to see. So definitely keep an eye out on my gallery for this one. And as I did say to you lot, I have done a starter home build as well. So that's a video that will be going out tomorrow. So keep an eye out on my channel if you would like to see that too. But thank you so much for watching today's video. Let me know if you're excited to get the Horse Ranch expansion pack and play it for yourselves. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up as well. Hit that subscribe button and I will see you all in my next video. Take care, look after yourselves. Taz out.